Hola memes, Dangerous Walker back with another video, and I'm not sure whether I should go on a high note on this video before I address the other point of news, or should I just flat out say it before giving the good news. So I think I'm gonna just go ahead with what I need to say first before what I need to say and get that out the way before we get the more pressing issues. So I've been getting a lot of on my social media platforms like Facebook and Instagram and Snapchat and here on YouTube. I have been getting a lot of feedback from my followers and fans and subscribers asking, am I gonna go on tour again before I do? Well, am I gonna do any more shows or independent set lists, like, you know, 1 or 2, 3 songs, you know, kind of like what Michael did, like at Super Bowl, or short shows like that. And I gave almost all of them a definite maybe, and I'm here to put the rumors to rest. And it's a definite maybe, and I'm not sure yet, but a Thanksgiving show might come. You never know, but I'm not completely sure. So one thing that's for sure is the Who Is It World Tour is happening, and I will address the set list later on in the video. But as far as tour dates in between shows and stuff like that is concerned, I'm thinking that, you know, that I don't think I'm gonna do a Christmas show. I might do, you know, a couple of songs in between here and New Year's, but I'm not sure at this point. But I've been kind of thinking about the tour, and I'm thinking about cutting some of the dates. I'm thinking about cutting some of the dates, just to suffice some my health, more or less. Because you never know. I remember when I first started performing left and right, like literally, at one point I'm performing on a daily basis, 5 days a week, like Michael Jackson was performing for Brazil. I remember one day I got so tired during Billie Jean, I saved all my energy up for it, that I almost collapsed at the end of it. And I vowed never to do. I'm not gonna say too much about it because I'm planning on revealing this particular thing during my world tour. I vowed that I would never do it again because, once again, I invented this particular thing. And why am I getting so many texts right now? But I said to myself I wouldn't do it. Not for a really long time. I just hope that the time that I will do it, the time will be right. So for the time being, it's a definite maybe for the in between shows. I can say that right now. Okay, now more pressing issues. As you all know, we've been dealing with Leaving Neverland, and I've been uploading furiously. Well, not furiously, but in spades. I think I uploaded about 9 or 10 videos within the last week. And then with my Motel 25 special, the lost video being uploaded, that got me thinking about some of the things. So about the set list, I've just finally completed it, and so it starts with brace yourself. They want to be starting something. Another part of me. Human Nature, Stranger in Moscow, Smooth Criminal, Do You Know Where Your Children Are, the Jackson 5 medley with I Want You Back, and Love You Save, I'll Be There, Never Can Say Goodbye, Dancing Machine, and Got to Be There. The Jacksons medley, Can You Feel It, Walk Right Now, Lovely One, Shake Your Body, Heartbreak Hotel, Blame It on the Boogie, Tell Me I'm Not Dreaming, Centipede, Escapade, Nasty, The Way Love Goes, Show You the Way to Go, Time Waits for No One, and 2300 Jackson Street, respectively. The Off the Wall medley consists of almost all the songs on Off the Wall, except for Girlfriend and I'm trying to think if there's another song that I don't like. I'll remember it later, but Don't Stop Till You Get Enough, Rock With You, Working Day and Night, She's Out of My Life, Starting Something, the Wanna Be Starting Something demo, Get On the Floor, Burns Your Straw, I Can't Help It, Get Off the Wall. I really can't remember it, but it's a really bad bubblegum pop song. I'm not saying that I absolutely hate it, I'm just saying it's kind of like scratchy almost. Now the personal medley contains almost all of my favorite songs by other artists. 1999 by Prince, and the following few are by Phil Collins. Another Day in Paradise, One More Night, Do You Remember, The Way It Is, Take Me Home, Father Figure by George Michael, Don't Dream It's Over by the Crowded House, and Like a Prayer by Madonna. Then I wouldn't call this a medley, but the Thriller medley consists of Is It Scary, Ghosts, and Thriller. And I might add more on as time passes by. But there's a Who Is It interlude. Then there's the Billie Jean flashback moment. Billie Jean. Then there's the Tabloid medley. Leave Me Alone. Money. Tabloid Junkie. This Time Around. Scream. Breaking News. DS. Dom Sneddon, aka Thomas Sneddon. WR, aka William Robinson, otherwise known as Wade Robson, and Speed Demon. Working Day and Night, Beat It, Sunset Driver, Bad, Blown to the Dance Floor, Dirty Diana, The Escape medley, A Slave to the Rhythm, A Place with No Name, and Love Never Felt So Good. The Who Is It backstory medley, She's Got It, Loving You, Just Good Friends, What's Up With You, and Cheater. The Humanitarian mix consists of, I think this is probably the biggest set list besides the Jacksons medley or the Jackson 5 medley for the Humanitarian mix. Black or White, Heal the World, We Are the World, the demo version, Will You Be There, You Were There, Keep the Faith, or Keep Faith, Man in the Mirror, Earth Song, Gone Too Soon, and What More Can I Give? Thriller 25 and a retro retro medley. Wanna Be Starting Something? Wanna Be Starting Something? The 08 version. The Girl Is Mine 08 version. PYT 08 version. Human Nature Steve Porcaro demo. PYT the 08 version. Oh, did I already say PYT? Never mind. But Beat It 2008. And Billie Jean 2008. The Michael Trapson tribute. Starting Something, High, Smoke It Up the Bomb, Stoner, Billie Jean and I Dab, All This Glow, and New Vibration. Now the Who Is It and / finale medley. History, Too Bad Remix, Hollywood Tonight, I Can't Help It demo, and Who Is It? Now, I honestly want more songs to be there for the show, but let's get one thing straight. With all the songs that I've mentioned, and you can check it out on my announcement video for the tour. Not all the songs that are going, not all the songs will be performed in just a show alone. That's why I have so many songs here, so I can be able to break them up and put them in a separate show. Now, I don't usually like doing this with people, but Junkie is Dangerous Dancing has told me that he is also going on a tour. He's going to call it his Unspeakable Tour. I don't know nothing else other than that, but if you want more information, go talk to him. I know nothing more. But now more pressing issues. You might want to grab a box of you might want to grab a box of tissues and grab your favorite pillow or stuffed animal for this one, because this is a really sad subject I'm about to address. As you all know, we've all been dealing with Leaving Neverland, and with new developments, I'm sad to say that with Michael's net worth and how much he owns and what he's been and how much he's accomplished, he usually makes in between $600 million to almost $2 billion, and more than half of that comes from the Beatles catalog or other artists' catalogs that he bought throughout the years. I'm very sad and shocked and still can't believe to report that as of this month, November, Michael Jackson has only made $60 million of an estimate this year. He's only made $60 million. Normally that'd probably be how much he would make in a month or in 2 weeks. But with Leaving Neverland at its peak, I'd say about early 2019 to about maybe April, he's out of 100% of the entire world. Let's put it into a percentage point. 84% of the world says that Michael Jackson is innocent. 4% says that Michael Jackson is guilty. We can't hide it no more. And 12% says that we don't know. We're confused on this subject. Now, Michael's legacy is still intact. Let's put that out there. But just from this year alone, his profits has shrunk tremendously. And just because it is one documentary, this documentary has actually been labeled as the documentary of the decade. And I'm not saying because of how good it is. Trust me, it's terrible. I've never watched it. But because of the awards it's racking in. Michael Jackson's music, as of in between April and May, Michael Jackson's music has actually been blocked in 2 countries in New Zealand. Or is that a country as a whole? But it's been blocked in 2 countries and been made illegal. But Michael's music, for some reason, all of his albums, digitally and somehow, physically, like vinyls and CDs and tape decks and stuff like that, but they've gone up. Well, at its peak, it's gone up about 85%. Just in just in June alone, I think. But overall this year, his album sales have gone down 96% due to the allegations and the documentary. And unfortunately, they've caused Paris Jackson to attempt suicide once again for the third time and caused Katherine Jackson's third stroke and caused, I'm not sure, but I think Latoya has had a stroke this year. A mini stroke, I suppose, but no one's really heard of Katherine. No one's really heard from Katherine since, I'd say, March. Then we've all had to deal with the American scheme, but we're not talking about it right now. We're dealing with the documentary. We're dealing with trying to restore Michael Jackson's legacy. It brings me to tears every time I read a story about the allegations. I remember I read a story about there was this dude who was brought up who lived in Great Britain, who was brought up from nothing to something. He's actually met the Jacksons, met Michael. He's actually bought some of Michael's artifacts, some of Michael's things. And after the documentary, he was completely torn off of it. After he watched the documentary, he was like, I can't believe this. I was blinded. He literally took all his Michael Jackson stuff, things that Michael owned, things that he bought, but Lord knows how he came up with the money. He literally took all of that and threw it in a dumpster. If it wasn't for the garbage people who look in the garbage before throwing it in the incinerator, and thank God it was all in boxed in plastic bags and stuff like that, and it wouldn't have been, damaged. But if they hadn't looked in there, we would have lost. Well, let's face it, we would have lost Michael's Thriller jacket, and he had 2 or 3 doubles. This is the original one. We would have lost a couple of fedoras, a makeup kit from the Victory Tour, a couple of sequin jackets. I think he even had a glove, a couple of pieces of paper that Michael, wrote things on, drawings, things like that. But it's saddening how Michael's legacy is being treated. But I bet most of you remember how Michael's property at Santa Ynez, or whatever they call it, now, the Neverland Ranch, now renamed Sycamore Valley Ranch, had gone up for sale for, I think, almost $165 million. As of 2 months ago, it's been listed for $33 million. People just don't care anymore about what they're doing anymore. They just want money. Although the socks that Michael wore during Motown 25 have gone up for sale, and even though the initial bidding has started for over $2.1 billion, million dollars. I think what the people initially wanted for a starting bid was $298,000, I think. But I think the first person to start bidding was, I think they put $2.2 million into it, and the auction hasn't even started yet. They're actually putting some of Michael's stuff for sale again. But in the end, even though that they're gonna own Michael's clothes, they're really just doing this so they can give some of the money back to his estate and the money back to charity. Now, what I'm hoping is that, and most of you know that I do own 2 of Michael's albums. Like, I have my own claim to stake. That's why I haven't been getting copyright strikes when it comes to owning some of his albums. I own Triumph and Bad. Now, originally, I owned nearly every album that Michael when the allegations came up, I think you know this from another video, but I had to basically surrender the rights to Michael's albums. I had to surrender them. Lord knows I didn't want to do it, but they said they needed all they could get to try and sustain Michael's family. I had no choice. So, in the end, we're not winning. We're losing. But somehow Michael's legacy is still intact. I've said it several times throughout this video. But it seems that with everything that the allegations are trying to do and the documentary, it seems like that they can't win anymore. They've tried and they've lost. It's game null and void. And it's sad how you could basically love Michael, but in the end, when you need money, you just try and squeeze it out of them. The world revolves around money, literally. That's how we're gonna have to say it like that. The world runs on money. That's the only way that the world can keep going. Whether you're poor or rich or middle class, if someone offers you a huge amount of money just to say that Michael Jackson is guilty or anybody else in this day and state, if you aren't a fan, you'd probably take it. People will sell out their own family members just to get a quick buck. And it's not fair. But that's the way that the world goes. And unfortunately, whether you love him or hate him, people are always going to want money from Michael Jackson. But I don't know how to end this video on a good note other than saying that the tour is going to happen. I finished the set list and the giveaway is happening, and I still can't believe that I have 150 subscribers. I'm predicting that I'll have at least 200 to 250 by the time that I begin going on tour. Now, I plan on doing, before the show happens, I plan to do this a couple of days after I do this show. I'm planning on going on my doing a This Is It show on June 25th because I didn't do a 10th anniversary show. I actually I wanted to do a private show for myself last year. This year. I performed the Bad tour, and you've all seen my calendar. And on June, Michael's face was just staring at me, and I didn't have the heart to just go up on camera because at the end, I started crying at Man in the Mirror, and the end result is that Michael's legacy is still intact. Let's put that on the table. I know I'm just repeating what I've said, but while Michael's legacy is still very much, how do I put this? Very much strong. The allegations have no way, or the documentary has no way of being able to pierce it. With that being said, this is Dangerous Walker signing off with love, LOVE. God bless.